coming live. Today's topic is we're a few bad habits away from greatness. So what I mean by that is, let's say, for instance, you go about your day, but your room's always messy. So your room's always messy, and you're in a down mood, and your room's messy, and you're just not feeling good. But if you clean up your room and make that a habit of cleaning up your room, other things in your life will snowball effect, and it'd be a positive consequence of cleaning up your room. It might seem simple, but it's really not. It's a big deal.
So yeah, we want to talk about I feel like everybody, me, Tobias, you out there, Facebook land. I feel like everybody has bad habits. Everybody's a few bad habits away from doing something great. I want to talk about a few that I was talking to recently with some few ex-students, old students coming back to train. One I would like to bring up is being consumed with perfection. All right? What I mean by that is we all train, we all study, we all drill, we all practice, we all rehearse, we chase perfection. But when you get consumed with perfection, like, oh man, I got to keep doing this until it's perfect. I got to do this project until it's perfect. It does a lot of things. It slows you down. It stops creativity, right? It stops your thought process from with creative thoughts, juices from flowing, right? And it really just slows down your work. You get so consumed, like, oh man, I'm not done. It's not perfect, and you not get it out, right? Whatever it is, it could be art project, it could be a skill set you're working on, it could be something for school, something for your business, and it just turns into from trying to be perfect to procrastination, right? So
yeah, because pretty much like nothing is ever going to be 100% perfect.
No.
So if it's your best effort, then that's good. But next time you got to make sure that you're striving for a little bit better each time. See, you're never going to reach 100% greatness. Like, it's almost impossible. But if you strive for getting better each time, that's how you get better. Them little baby steps, you know.
Yep. So, a lot of little we all have little bad habits. Dieting, eating right is a big one for everybody. Everybody, me personally being the tourist that I am, I'm stubborn, right? So when I tell myself, like, hey, you can't have this, right? You can't eat this. You can't drink pop or soda, right? The tourist in me, like, oh man, you can't tell me. Like, I tell myself, what do you mean I can't have that, right? The being stubborn just comes out, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna eat this or drink this anyway. What do you mean I can't have it? So I'll mentally defeat myself. So there's a few small tips I like to do to deter myself personally from being stubborn. What if you're trying to fix your diet or drinking?
Yeah,
one
yeah.
is one easy one is prepping, right?
Yep, prepping.
Right? Packing your lunch. Don't have to be super scientific. Pack your lunch ahead of time. That'll deter you from like, oh man, I don't have a quick snack. Let me hit this vending machine.
Yeah. So when you go to the grocery store, kind of have a mindset of what you want to buy before you leave. So if you know you want to buy salad for the week, chicken, maybe some ground turkey, stock up on vegetables. The number one rule is don't go to the grocery store hungry, because then that's when you start picking out cookies. You start picking out chips.
I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah, so when you go to the grocery store and make sure you eat something healthy, and then go out to the grocery store. Don't go to the grocery store and I'm starving, and then you're gonna pick out the chips, chocolate chip cookies.
Start tearing up every sample there is out there, right?
Yeah.
Right, and another tip for trying to deter bad habits from maybe your diet, right? One could be I make the choice of making things a little more difficult. Don't make it as easy. What I mean by that is instead of buying a pop or a soda, I bring water with me, and I keep it in my work area, and I have it right there. And the pop is so far away for me to go get. It's just another step of deterring me from wanting to go, oh man, like I got to you make it to where it's got to be extra effort to go get it, right? It become more of a hassle, right?
Yeah, like
I love donuts. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know what it is. I love me some donuts, right?
So when he goes and buy donuts, he might put it in his trunk on the
No, I just don't buy them. I just don't buy them.
To keep himself from eating the donuts.
I open them up and let the kids have at them real quick, destroy them, get them out the way, right?
Yeah.
So I make things a little harder for me, like if I want to go get it or eat it, right?
Yeah, so one thing I like to do to like maybe create a good habit, I'll drink a ton of water. And let's say I'm in the mood for orange juice or pop. So I'll drink a ton of water. So now I got all that fluid in me, I'm good. And then I'll just drink a little bit of pop or orange juice once I'm done, just to get that flavor. You know, if I really, really need it or want it that much, because I never need pop. But if I really want it that much, and I don't drink pop or orange juice that much anyway, that's what I'll do. You know, drink a ton of water, then drink pop or orange juice at the end. That creates a good habit.
Right.
You know?
So you remember that bad habits are bad, man. They're easier to form and get into, and they're harder to drop and change, right? So another bad habit to fall into is a routine. So getting in a routine is good to a point, but staying in the same routine, right? Let it be a workout routine, the same way I study, the same way I learn, the same way I engage myself in an activity. We're creatures of habit. So when we get stuck in that routine, we get too comfortable and we don't grow, right? So sometimes changing up a routine, right? A good time for me to change up a routine maybe is if you take vacation or you go out of town for the weekend, because maybe I'm away from home, I'm away from my normal grind, maybe I'm with the family, and that could be the starting point of me changing my routine, because sometimes being in the same routine over and over and over and over and over again, just becomes stale, even if it's good for you, right?
Yeah, well, if it's a bad routine, let's say you have the routine of going to the bar every day after work. Well, if you want to drop that habit, some people like to drop bad habits like cold turkey, just drop it all together, but a lot of people can't do that. So a lot of people got to taper off. And let's say you go to the bar 5-6 days a week, but you know you really shouldn't be going to the bar that much. And in the back of your mind, you're like, man, I shouldn't be at the bar this much. So maybe try to reduce that to 4 days a week for the next week. And then next thing you know, you reduce it to 3 days a week, and then 2 days a week. And next thing you know, you're only going on the weekends when, it's the most socially acceptable to go to the bar. Saturday, maybe on a Sunday when the Browns are playing. So hopefully they win next
Keep in mind, it only takes 21 consecutive days to form a habit, a good one or a bad one. So once you get to the grind of actually doing it, you can form that good habit. All right, we all have bad habits. You know what they are. Most of the time, if you're asking yourself, should I do this? Should I eat this? Should I go here? Should I go do that? You know it's a bad habit. You know, if you're asking yourself, like, should I go to the bar? Should I eat this? Should I go to the gym? Right? You already know what the answer is, right? So if you're asking yourself, you're really just trying to talk yourself into it. You know what the answer is. Just go to it, form that good habit. Start to make slight changes to that bad habit. Tapering off is a good formula for a lot of people.
And one more thing I wanted to mention is replace your bad habits with good habits. So, like, for instance, for example, you got any examples with that?
Mike Perry, no, love something else. Love working out, love training, man. Love the training, man. Don't love the bar.
Or you can go to the bar on the weekends on a Saturday, but you don't want to go every day.
Taper off.
That's what I'm saying. You can have your fun every now and then, but if you do it too much, then that's when it becomes
a bad habit, right? You're doing it all the time, then it becomes a habit. Right?
But so replacing bad habits with good habits. So let's say you don't eat 2 2 Snickers bars every day at the same time anymore, and you cut that out. Well, try to replace that with maybe 2 oranges or something like that. Or maybe if you really, really want your sweets, but you're like, man, I can't have this, try to replace that with like a fruit smoothie with less sugar, put honey in it. You know, make slight changes like that. Those slight changes really add up to the big victories.
So yeah, if you stay out the bar, it's a 2-for-1. That means you're not drinking and you're not eating the bar food. All right, Mike. So stay at the bar. Come to practice should be your habit. All right.
Chicken wings at the bar.
Come to practice. I'm gonna show you the chicken wing, martial arts chicken wing. All right.
All right,
So,
Facebook.
all right, Facebook. Thanks for tuning in for us today. Remember, start working. Everybody know what our bad habits are. If especially bad key signs with bad habits is asking yourself, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I eat this? Should I drink there? Should I go there? If you question yourself subconsciously, man, you know what the answer is. That could be yourself telling yourself that you should start making a change on that habit. All right, show us some love. Give us a like. Thanks for looking out for Adam. We see you guys tonight. Come to practice tonight. Shoot us a question or a topic you want us to talk about, or we hit you guys up tomorrow. Thanks, Facebook. We out.
Facebook, man, we out.